What's up everybody, my name's Danon and welcome to Ahnestly. I've been using the OnePlus 7 Pro as my daily driver for the past 8 months and I wanted to do an update video on my thoughts on the phone after having used it for this long. I also wanted to mess with the format a little bit. I know the shadows are a little bit harsh and the screen is a little dim. I apologize, there's a lot of light shooting on this thing, but without further ado, let's get honest. Let's start with what I love. I still love the in-screen fingerprint reader. I have it set to multiple fingers on both hands so that I can unlock it and I have a lot of flexibility in how I unlock it. I also love that I have a face to unlock as a backup just in case my fingers are wet or greasy, and it's not working so great right now because there is a lot of light shooting on this thing, again, which is why the screen looks so dim. I also love that Oxygen OS gives you the option to completely unlock the phone when your face is detected. Unlike with the iPhone, you always had to swipe after your face was detected. Now on Oxygen OS, you can have it that same way that iOS does it, but I love the fact that they give you a choice. Now I want to reiterate again for like the 10th time that I promise you that the face unlock works really well. There's just a lot of light shining down on this thing, and on top of that I'm standing at a big angle, so it looks like it's working really slowly, but in normal cases it works really well. I love the screen. It's still as gorgeous as ever every single time I turn it on, and the colors are bright and vibrant, and I know it's oversaturated, but I don't care because it makes most content look amazing. And on top of that, I love that 90Hz scroll, and I love that full screen where there's no interruption. It blows my mind every single time I turn this thing on. The next thing I love is the warp charger. Every single night, my battery hovers around 30%, and I've gotten so used to the warp charge that I don't even bother charging it and instead plug it in when I wake up to brush my teeth and get ready for the day, because 30 minutes of charge will bring me to around 70% battery life. It's incredible, it's a game changer. I've gotten super lazy because of it, and I've also got a warp car charger in my car as well, so that my phone is always full of juice. I also really appreciate the USB-C charging on this thing because I'm noticing that all the new tech that I pick up revolves around USB-C, such as my wireless earbuds and the gimbal that I just picked up. Oxygen OS has been done very over well, and it's not slowed down on me at all in these past 8 months, and so far I've only run into one major bug, and other than a couple of weird design choices, which I'll get into later, it's been an awesome experience. So what do I dislike about this phone? Well, there's one major thing, and it's the curved glass, and the curved glass itself is not an issue. It's just that the palm rejection isn't great because it's led to a lot of phantom touches and unresponsiveness. You see, because the entire phone is a screen, if part of my hand is resting on part of the screen, when I try to touch another area, you'll see that it won't respond. And this happens even with a case on. The case does help a little bit, but this still happens even with a case on. The only major bug I've run into since using this phone is that when I try to trim videos that I've taken, if I go to my videos here, and I'm going to take this one that I took with my son, you see that if I try to edit this thing, you'll see I'm going to hit the edit button and then I'll go ahead and try to trim it. Look at what happens to the colors. They get all wonky, they get super saturated, get very orange, and you might think like, oh no, that's just kind of what's appearing on the screen, but it's not actually going to render this. But if I actually hit OK, look what happens when I render it. Let me wait here a second. And then watch what happens when I play. You'll see that the colors are actually this distorted. Now, I do use the Gcam hack, so this could apply to only folks who use the Gcam hack, so keep that in mind. Now, I mentioned earlier in this video that there are some design choices that I don't particularly love about the Oxygen OS, and let me start with this one. The first design decision that I thought was a little bit weird was that, remember how earlier I said I love that the screen can auto unlock once it detects your face? Well, the problem with that is that there is no way for you to see your in-depth notification in this lock screen that has your wallpaper and again in-depth notifications. You can't see that because as soon as you turn that on, it's going to be looking for your face and it's going to unlock as soon as it detects your face. You see, I know that there is a way that you can get around that by swiping up, but again, that kind of defeats the purpose of me loving the fact that it will auto unlock. I wish there was a way that you could double touch the screen or something and it wouldn't activate the front facing camera, and so that way you can see your notifications, you can see your beautiful wallpaper that you've looked so hard for, but unfortunately the only way is if you turn it on and then run away or hold it really far away from you. That's the only time you can see in-depth notifications. Otherwise, you're going to be staring at high-level notifications like this, which kind of stinks. The next design decision that I find to be a little bit odd with this phone is that there is no way to navigate forward. Now, I think that's pretty standard on most Android devices, but because there is a gesture mode built into this phone, I thought that there would be a way for you to be able to navigate forward. You see, if I hit the gesture mode here, I thought that if you swipe from right to left like this, that it would navigate forward, and if you swipe from left to right, it would navigate you back. But no, actually, if you look at this thing here, both swipes actually take you backwards, and that's really frustrating, especially when it comes to navigating like web browsers, because you can't ever go forwards. The next thing that's been a little bit frustrating is that whenever I make a phone call and put it on speakerphone, I've noticed that people have told me, hey, I can't hear you, even though I'm only about 2 feet away from the phone inside of an enclosed office with sound deadening panels. So it's been a little bit frustrating that people can't hear me very well using the speakerphone. The next thing that's been a bit annoying for me is the vibration slider. You can see that right now it's in ring position, and then if you take it to the middle, it's vibrate mode, and if you take it to the very top, it's on silent mode. And honestly, if you are just kind of using this thing really quickly, I find that it's easiest to slide it all the way up to the silent mode by accident. And it's not easy by any means, but it's not hard either. And so I find that I slide it all the way to silent and I miss a lot of notifications because of it. And it's just a little bit frustrating. For me personally, I just want a ring and a vibrate mode, and that's it. This next annoyance is not OnePlus's fault by any means, but it's the fact that Chrome is extremely buggy and the developers need to get their act together. Because you see, if you go into Chrome here, you'll see that I have Duet enabled. You see, it's not working here, but actually if I go into here, I actually have to keep the page up because it bugs out so much. You can see that I actually have Chrome Duet enabled. But see, what I have to do every single time, because it's not working, is I have to go in, I have to change it to some other mode, I have to relaunch the thing, click Chrome, let it relaunch again, I go in, and then I re-enable it, and then after I re-enable it, it relaunches, I turn it back on, and I relaunch it again, and now look, now it's working. The tab switcher is on the bottom right. But you'll see that if I close it, maybe it'll work this time. Look, it did it again. What the heck? You see, Duet doesn't work. I don't know what's happening. They got to get their act together. Now, I can hear in the comment section already, if this frustrates you, why not use a different browser? And it's because I love the fact that Chrome integrates with all my passwords, and I absolutely love the fact that Chrome knows me so well and probably has stolen all my information to the point that if I open this here, I love that it's got articles that I love to read just all gathered together in one place. I know that they're probably just like stealing my information and listening in on me, but I still love it. I can't help it. One pleasant surprise was that I thought the camera was going to be really bad, but actually it's not bad at all. And if you put on the Gcam hack, it's even better. And you're going to see here that I'm going to turn on the Gcam and I try to pick a different picture profile here, but it's not really working. But I promise you it works really well on this phone. Just keep in mind that you might lose your face auto detect like I did, but regardless, it takes much better pictures and you're in good hands. So what are my overall impressions of this phone? I still love it 8 months later. It's my daily driver. And honestly, guys, it's selling for about $500 now, which makes it an even better prospect of a pickup. I am a little bit jealous that the 7T Pro got the macro camera and this one did not. It's a little bit annoying because I love the idea of being able to take macro pictures, but I think it's a great pickup. It's a great budget phone. And honestly, I'm reviewing the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra right now, and this phone, to me, I would pick this one over that phone. That phone may have a great camera and all that, but this phone is just much more comfortable to use, guys. So, guys, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, stay honest.